Since the dawn of time, man has felt the urge to write, to inscribe their words upon a medium of choice, cave walls, paper, papyrus, their own skin during those dark teenage years. All for the betterment of future generations. And since the dawn of time, man has also designed terrible book covers. Like this shit. I mean, what the hell is this? You didn't even try. But we're not here to crap on the past, we're here to crap on the present. The era where people have the wherewithal to design book covers that aren't absolutely terrible, but do it anyway. And once again, we're in our favorite corner of the internet, the terrible book cover subreddit, the place where I spend my Friday nights instead of going out and socializing with a normal person, but that's beside the point. Now, let's cast our eyes upon these digital horrors. Can you withstand more terrible book covers? Let's find out. Alright, you know it's a good sign when there's a not safe for work tag, so let's see what we got. I regret making a sequel. Alright, so ignoring the obvious problems, number one being the fact that this exists, I can't tell if this is supposed to be like erotica or like a memoir. Like the confessions of some repressed 19-year-old college freshman. You've got the Snapchat dog nose filter, which just makes it creepy for unspeakable reasons. And probably the worst offense of all is the use of the singular possessive instead of the proper plural. I don't want to slut shame or anything, but use proper grammar. Alright, that was awful. What do we have next? Duh! What the hell is this? My parents' open carry. Oh, I know what kind of book this is, and I would not want to read it. On one hand, I commend the effort in making a pastel drawing with, shadowing and shading and whatnot, but you really couldn't have done some touch-ups on their faces. It looks like someone is holding a gun to their heads off screen while they're posing for the portrait. Either that or they're just aliens, and that's a really poorly fitting human disguise. And what's going on with Dad's hand over here? His wrist is literally melting into a handgun. Let's see what we have next. I have a feeling this is supposed to be some kind of tender, romantic, fatherly image, but really what it looks like to me is that this guy is a bodybuilder, and the 3 babies are his protein for the day. Does that not look vaguely carnivorous? Even this kid's I know what's coming, please don't let it happen. Frankie Love, you tried, but... You tried. Oh, I was wondering when I'd see the first of these, a classic book with a redone cover that just happens to look awful. I haven't read the book in 8 years, but I'm pretty sure that Moses from South Park wasn't in it. I wonder if there's a secret cabal of graphic design trolls in the industry who just deliberately put out terrible covers like this for classic books, just to mess with people. Because they're not emboldened to any particular vision, so they can just do what they want. Okay, I may not be the most historically inclined person, but even I know, with my somewhat average understanding of world history, that this is fucking stupid. We got hired to make a cover for All Quiet on the Western Front. Anyone here read the book and want to tackle it? I've read the title. Good enough. This just furthers my theory that there's a secret group of trolls in the industry that just does stuff like this because it's funny, because no one cares enough to, catch them for it. Moving on. Oh. Why? This guy looks like an androgynous Mansonite stuck in a wellness center. Do you want people to read your book or to throw it away as far as possible? I wonder if that's actually the author. Let's look this up. Brian Kane. Witchcraft? Oh my god, it is the author. I hate when my hunches are correct.
Boy, I hate being right all the time.
Moving on, I feel cursed just looking at this cover. I've seen this one before. Bonzi Buddy comes in and he turns it into a threesome. Is she actually fucking a paperclip? I know you can bend them into different shapes, but I still think it would hurt. And I'm not saying that I, sleep with paper clips or anything, but, Next! Oh, we've got another classic redux, and it is horrifying. Like, I get Pinocchio was carved out of wood, but did you have to take it so literally and so creepily? Looking at this cover, it makes me think less Pinocchio and more like the annoying tree, I guess.
Wow, Sycamore, what a crazy story. You really went out on a limb. Nah.
Awful, awful, awful. What else we got? Okay, now we're into some proper shit here. Like, this is just baffling. You've got what looks like one of the World Wars, I presume, but then you've also got, like, Elven Blonde and Dragon. I don't know where this is from. I'm not, like, a fantasy consumer, but, like, why? See, on one hand, I kind of admire the awareness of, like, making this black and white to kind of match the pre-color film aesthetics of the time. But then I kind of wonder, did they just make it black and white to hide the fact that this is a terrible photoshopping job, and otherwise if they had left it in color, it just would have looked terrible? Anyways, this is actually insulting. This is the first of these book covers I felt personally insulted by. So, good job, Casey Morris. Maybe I'll buy your book just on that merit alone. There's a tick in my underwear. You did a great photoshopping job, Sally A. Breslin. I mean, you had a photo of a forest. You had that in the background layer. You had a second layer, had the underwear, and then you have the third layer. You just slapped a little tick on there, and you just maybe found some cool text. Maybe you added some gradients, some inner glow, a little bit of a drop shadow, that kind of thing. Yeah. Good cover. I mean, totally didn't just personally insult the people who make graphic designs for a living, or even do it recreationally, because the pursuit of art and the urge to create is just an innate urge inside us all. So good job. See, when you have a pretentious title like this with that image, it's just like the anti cover grab. It's like an actual repellent force that just sends me away from the book. Wait a minute, that spider's photoshopped. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but could have made it look good. Could have made it a trapdoor spider, one that kind of looks like it's coming out of an ear to begin with. I mean, you have the hole, you have the little legs coming out of the hole. Blah, 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 blah. The theory of all things. How about the theory of fuck you? Okay, here's something we can talk about. A disgruntled bowel. I'm feeling pretty disgruntled already, let me tell you that. You've got something interesting going on here, which is I think the artist is actually talented, but the problem is the talent just wasn't used properly. You've got this one art style here, which kind of looks cool, kind of looks like, the kind of modern, corporate art style, except maybe a bit more colorful and a bit more detailed. But then the background you choose looks like a lawn, or like the backside of a sponge. And then you've got these two characters down here who look completely out of place, in terms of both art style, and the fact that this guy is I guess this is a book cover. Yeah. So I think effort was put into it. It was just misplaced. The Force of the Universe, Cosmos, or is it Cosmos, The Force of the Universe by Yang on Moon. You got a really nice Picasso meets Springfield aesthetic going on right there. I mean, if this is supposed to be some alternate universe where everyone just looks like shit, and if that's the point of the book, then I mean, I can't fault this cover. Honestly, it's a great cover. If it's about alternate universes where people look like microwave Mr. Potato Heads, then yeah, great work. 100, the first good book cover we've seen on this channel. Woo! Hi, post-production Nick here, addressing a comment I made in this video where I mentioned the only good book cover featured on this channel. I would like to clarify that is total bullshit. There was in fact an amazing book cover featured on this channel. The cover to my book, Hell's Gulf, which I've talked about in just about every video on this channel so far. But more about that at the end of the video. For now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Oh look, here's one I posted. Nice. Simply copy and pasting pre-existing photos for your book cover is the epitome of laziness. Yeah, I mean, obviously my bullshit meter was going off when I saw this one. I can't imagine writing a whole-ass novel, putting months into conceiving, writing, editing and, you know, getting it through the publishing gauntlet. And then just having a plain white background, boring black text, and a photo you didn't even take. Like, this isn't even Mike Scantlebury's photo. This is the 2011 London riots. And you know what? I actually read this book. London isn't even in the book. It's Salford, whatever the fuck that is. Some British thing, I guess. Yeah, I actually did read the book. So a marketer, on behalf of the author, reached out to me and said, hey, if we send you a free ebook, will you review it? And I said, sure, I love supporting my authors. And, I kind of thought that something would be up the moment I saw this cover. But, I also thought, maybe the book's actually good. Maybe the author just didn't put effort into the cover, something like that. I read the book and, it wasn't good. One-dimensional protagonist, kind of a boring, hard-to-follow story. It was self-described as a romantic thriller, but it wasn't too thrilling, and there was, no romance in it whatsoever. I guess the female protagonist called herself buxom, because, most women do that about themselves. In this case, I know for sure that the quality of the writing matched the quality of the cover. Oh dear. Okay, I remember stopping the last video on this cover and then just kind of leaving it at that, not even giving it more than a surface glance. So let's try it again. Nope. Found a way to date my cat. I don't see what the problem is. This is just a typical white woman creed. So moving on, I don't know why this is here. This is a perfect cover. Alright, so finally something with some meat. You had something going on. You have, perspective and, shading and, a sense of dimension, which is more than I can do. I'm a terrible artist. But then you just had to go and just fuck it up with this horrendous use of space. Why would you make your text so tiny? And why would you use the most boring font possible and have to make me, put my hands over my brow and lean in to read your name, Daniel Dorr? Actually, that looks like the imposter. I take it back, this art's terrible. Wow. I'm actually impressed. I mean, someone, honest to God, put effort into it. It looks great. The problem is the content is just shit. You've got these, crow-headed soldiers, I guess, with human hands, and the girl just isn't even fazed by this. I mean, she has her hand like this, the hell are you? And she has her hand in her pocket. She's so casual about the fact that she's talking to, General Crow over here. You have this world where bird soldiers exist, and that's the most, awe and, shock and inspiration you come up with? Just this shit? I mean, it's like she's saying, really? This is the cover I'm on? Oh my god. Okay, one more. I cannot do this for much longer. Oh my god. This is one of those optical illusions, isn't it? If I stare at it and then look at the wall, something disappears, right? Oh my god. I can't. Oh shit. Hey there, thanks for watching. Once again, I'd like to thank the Terrible Book Cover subreddit and its users for providing me with all this shit. I do plan on uploading more to this channel. I do not intend it to die just yet. And it's going to be a lot more diverse content, not just even more terrible book covers. So subscribe, turn on notifications, and be on the lookout. And now for some shameless plugs. Do you like horror? Do you like comedy? And do you like blood? Then check out my novel, Hell's Gulf, an absurd, slimy, grimy, briny whale of a tale, out right now from Temple Dark Books. And look at that cover. It is just gorgeous.